Welcome back, everybody.
The Southside Boy Style.
Here today with another vehicle, another job, another successful attempt on making rust go away here on what I call the Rust Belt. That's what I call Newfoundland. I call Newfoundland the Rust Belt. So here in front of me, I know it's in front of me because that's the way it is. I have a 2013 Hyundai ELANTRA. Now this is a nice little car. Seems to be kept up, seems to be maintained, and looks nice and all those things. It's not my kind of car, but it's somebody's kind of car, and that's all that matters. So this car was bought to me by somebody who lives close to me, and they want me to do a little job for them on this car. And it's sad because it is a nice little car, and the problem they're having with this car, of course, here in Newfoundland, as always, is rocker panels. And he's actually doing it the right way. He's catching this now before it gets too bad. So good for him, right? It's a nice little car. I'm just joking, guys. You know, it's a nice little car. And he's catching this now before it gets too bad. And he's actually making two good choices. First choice is he's catching it now before it gets too bad. The second thing is he's gonna rock guard it after it's done, and that should take care of this car for a few years, because I'm sure this car got a few years left in it. And it's really sad, guys. It sucks that this has happened, because the reason why these things happen to begin with here in Newfoundland is, one, we live near the ocean in our area in central Newfoundland. So this salt water, guys, what you're seeing out here is all salt water. So anytime the wind is blowing towards the land area, you get salt spray, you get, you know, and it's salt. So any vehicle that's sitting by salt water over time is going to eat out. It's the way it is. I look forward to all the comments out there that say that's not what it is. You trust me, it is what it is, okay? And then to put the icing on top of the cake, so not only do I have to deal with the salt water blowing in the mist all the time of the salt, in the wintertime here in Newfoundland, they use salt on the highways to take the salt off, to take the ice off. So we get hit with our vehicles all the time with salt. It's salt, and then it's road salt. It's always salt. So for rocker panels on vehicles to rust out on the bottoms, the undercarriage, the rocker panels, wheel wells, it's very common. It's a common thing here in Newfoundland. This is a 2013. In my opinion, there's no need for a 2013 to have this kind of rust. Like this Caravan, guys. This Caravan 2013, it had rust. I had to fix the wheel well. I had to fix the rocker panels. This one here, same thing. Every vehicle here, except for that 200 Chrysler, it's actually in really good condition. Amazing. I don't understand why that is. But as a general rule, every car from 2014, 15, listen, I've seen F-150s rusted out at 2016, 2017 with rusted out wheel wells here in Newfoundland. So it's the way it is. So I'm going to set up the cameras, guys, and I'm going to dig in at this ELANTRA, and this will save her for a few years because it's in good shape. It's a good shaped little car. There's no dents, there's no dings, there's no nothing on it. It seems to run fine. So I'm going to dig right into it. I'm going to set up the cameras. I'm going to tape off the areas, and I'm going to start grinding down at the rocker panels, get that paint off. Let me see what's in under of it. I'm sure on the driver's side I'm going to find a few holes. I told the guy I'm just going to touch this up a little bit for him, just in the rusted out area, not with actual paint for the code, but I have weight paint to match this closely. Anything you put on this after I take care of it is just going to make it look better anyway. You won't see the rust, and it won't rust out more. And it's only just that front fender that's like it. I'm willing to bet I'm going to find a hole here somewhere. I know I'm going to find a hole here. I'm 100% am sure of it. So guys, I'm going to set you guys up. Hey Ace, what's up buddy? How's it going? I got my little helper with me today. You know, he told me he'd help me for $100. So that's what I'm going to offer him, $100, and he's going to give me some help today. This is how he helps. He keeps my sanity. He doesn't do the physical work. Actually, he gets the attention. But he's my helper for today. He's my little helper for today, guys. So I'm going to set up the cameras, get ready to start working, and I'll be right back in a split second. Okay guys, so I've been sanding at this for a while, just a little bit, just beginning on the rear quarter, and I'm noticing that this car, you can see right here, is all Bondo. It's been in an accident, I was just informed, on the bottom end. So I'm grinding it down to the metal. I'm getting a hole here, I'm getting a hole here, which I knew was going to happen. I knew I was going to find a couple of holes. I'm probably going to get another one right here, probably going to get one in this area somewhere, possibly one up in that area somewhere, right there. So I'm going to set you guys up and let you check out the rest of the grinding. I just started this section off camera. I wanted to see what it was going to be like, but there's a huge buildup of Bondo here, which is okay. That's fine. That's completely fine. And I was just told that this actually was done like about roughly 4 years ago. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. It held up pretty good, but you're never going to get more than a couple of years technically anyway. Not here in Newfoundland with salt from the water and salt from the roads. We're surrounded by salt. Just talking about all the salt, I gotta go take a blood pressure pill right now. Just kidding guys, but anyway, I'm gonna continue on and I'll let you guys watch it. I may speed up little bits and pieces of it, and I may not. It's for you guys to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Load it.
Yeah. What? Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay guys, I'm going to try to get that dirt out of this hole. Okay, I'll be back to you guys in a split second. I'm starting to put rust inhibitor and fiberglass. Okay guys, so I want to spray this side now with the rust inhibitor. Let that dry. In the meantime, I'm going to start on the other side. And I'm going to save the bottoms for last. Put up on the ramps and do the bottoms. But as you guys know, bare metal, you don't want it kept out like this, so I'm going to give it a little bit of rust inhibitor just to protect it around the areas. And you guys know, guys, this turns rust into just black nothing. This is not paint. It doesn't hurt any surface. It just gives a coating so rust won't reoccur. Now, over time, like anything, rust always comes back. Rust never stays away. But we're going to spray in the areas where there's metal. Now guys, I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to start on the other side. I'm not going to bore you guys. You guys know I don't put two sides on camera. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the other side. I'm going to let that dry. As I'm letting that dry, I'm going to start on the other side. I'm going to hit this as carefully and cautiously as possible. The person who owns the car, he doesn't want to be named and he doesn't want to be on the camera. This is this car's paint. He's been saving it. I'm going to see if I can't bring it down, and I'm probably going to see if I can't put it in my small gun and see if I can hit this wheel well. Now, it's going to be a tough situation because you guys know I'm going to have to blend that, and I can't just put the base on it, so I'm going to have to put some Proform on top of it so we can at least get a little bit of shine from it to make it look a little bit normal. So let's let that sit, and by the time I come back to you guys, I'll be putting fiberglass, okay? So the next time you guys see me, we will be doing fiberglass. So I'm going to be a few hours, and you guys are going to be just like that. Okay guys, so the other side, I told you I wasn't going to put it in the camera. I got this ready. I got it sprayed with the rust inhibitor. I got all the bottom portions sanded down. It's all sanded down where it needs to be. And I got the rust inhibitor sprayed on it. So this side now is ready for fiberglass. Now in a couple hours I'm going to let this rust inhibitor dry, sit in, and then I have to finish he decided he wanted to come up to the line, so I'm going to just sand this off lightly. And then I'm going to start putting fiberglass. I don't know if I showed you guys in this video, but this is what I'm using. It's by Rust Check, Rust Converter, transforms before converted and painted. So it converts rust to a paintable primer on all metal surfaces. And I'm back, guys. For me, it's been a few hours. For you, it's been like that. I am now ready to start putting some fiberglass. I'm not putting fiberglass over everything. I'm putting fiberglass over all of the bad rusted areas. After that, you guys know I'm going to be using the expensive, get it cleared out for you here. I'm going to be using the expensive Rage Ultra. New formula, spreads easier and virtually eliminates micro pinholes. Can be applied directly over sanded OEM paint. Superior adhesion for aluminum, galvanized steel, SMC fiberglass, and steel on bronze wheels. So I will be putting the fiberglass on the rusted areas. So you see areas, well, I'm going to be putting a little on here and then some Bondo on top. Here, obviously, where we see rust. Now remember, guys, I had the inverter on it, so the rust converter is on it. And anywhere where I see bad spots is where I'm going to put the fiberglass. Other than that, it's bare metal, and I'm good with Bondo sanding it right down. That'll be fine. And then I'll be using my etching primer, which is for bare metal, and that will be fine. So with the rust inhibitor and the self-etch primer, everything will be good. On top of the self-etch, after I'll be putting the high build primer. And then of course it's the rock guard, so the car will be safe on the rockers 100%. So I'm going to set up and I'm going to start at it. So guys, for the fiberglass, I'm using the short strand reinforced fiberglass filler. That's what I'm using for the fiberglass. This is good stuff. It's what I always use. It's good. I haven't been showing how I've been mixing this lately, but on this video, I'm going to actually show it. Remember, guys, I always stress to everybody, this is the proper best way to mix your fiberglass. Some people say to mix it with a similar color you're putting on your vehicle, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Right now on this one I'm using blue. I use red. It really doesn't matter. Woo. And 3 little dabs. That's enough. Stuff is getting expensive, guys. With the way prices are for everything now, this stuff is getting so expensive. Soon we'll be able to afford it. We'll have to drive around with rust on our vehicles. Okay, so guys, you know I always say, don't stir it with your stick. You're always better off because of air bubbles. You're better off stirring it like this, taking your time, stirring it in. Because if you stir it with a stick, you get air bubbles. A lot of the old timers, this is the way they did it. This is the way I learned how to do it. And you guys have seen me do it this way. It doesn't matter if it's Bondo or fiberglass. This is always the way I mix it. And for me, it works. I don't really get air bubbles, so why would I change something that works for me? And I've seen many other people do it this way on different channels that I watch. And this is the way I do it on my channel to show you guys. And, you know, as I always say, I respect each and everybody that subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. And to the people that troll the channels, I say, good for you too. You can continue to make all those comments and tell everybody I was wrong. It's not. You guys hear me say this all the time. It's right for me and it's right for most other people. So let's go. And we're going to start doing it to it. First off is right here. Now you could say, why am I putting, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, now you can. You can say, why am I putting fiberglass right here? It's an area that catches salt. So of course I'm going to put a little bit of fiberglass on right here. It'll protect the car. It'll protect this area that I'm doing work on. So of course I'm going to put a little bit of fiberglass on this area. And I'm going to build it up here a little bit because there was some little bit deficiency. When I was sanding this, I noticed it wasn't 100% level because there was a lot of rust actually on here. So I'm doing it this way, building it up. So when I sand it, that's what will create my nice lip. See? Now I'll be able to create my lip and it'll be fine. And as I said, everywhere where I found major rust, but I mean basically at the end of the day this is going to be in most of the area up here. And of course there's the bottoms, which I do after. I do the bottoms at the end as almost like a separate entity. I like getting this done first. And if you're not putting new rocker panels, I'm telling you, fiberglass is the way to go. Fiberglass strand, reinforcement filler. As long as it says fiberglass, it'll work. Get some on this door, very important, because there's an actual little dent, so I want to actually get some on that door. I don't care how it looks at first, it's just about getting some on that lip. Okay, so I'm going to take the access that I got left over from the other side, and I'm going to put it inside of this hole, whatever I got left. I'm not going to waste it. So I'm going to put it inside the hole. Now it's going to lead a lot more, guys. Mix up some more. I put a little bit more hardener in this one because I'm using it in the hole. Gonna make it nice and hard to be inside there. So I have a very short window of mixing this and using it. Okay. Squeeze it in there. Get much of it in there as possible, always. That's always the best way to do it. Get as much in the hole. Squeeze it in there. Because it's going to take a lot. And it mightn't look pretty, but as long as you get it inside that hole, everything's fine, because that's the sole purpose, is to get it filled in. So then you got your nice sanding, your rust inverter, your fiberglass. I'm just gonna hit these couple little holes right here. I'm squeezing it in. Squeezing it in. Trying to fill. As I said, don't worry about making it look like nice right now. That's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to fill in holes. Making it look nice comes after. Okay, now guys, I'm mixing this one up for this hole. First, I'm going to let it dry a bit, so I'm going to go over all of the areas. I might actually run this one through the body because it's actually working nice, so I might actually run with this one right through the car. Just because it's going on nice. It's a nice application here, so I'm going to end up mixing a different one, another batch for the hole. Just because this one's going on real nice. And if something's working nice, well, I'm all for it. Well, I'll go till it starts to get hard, and then I'm just working the leftovers inside the hole. And now I'm going to run up the complete side of the rocker with the fiberglass and just mixing up another little batch. Okay. Rock that. In that hole down here, squeeze it in. That's what you want to do with these holes, is squeeze it in, get it in there. That's what'll save this car on the rocker in this section, is by getting fiberglass in that hole. Remember, it doesn't have to look pretty yet, as long as you're getting it inside that hole. That's your best option, your best chance. This is not about making it look nice. You can do that while sanding. This is about filling in holes so that they're done and over with. And that hole has been sanded, it's been cleaned out inside with the air gun, it's been rust inverted, and now it has fiberglass inside of it, and on the base it's going to be sanded, it's going to be bonded, it's going to be primed. As you can see, that hole is no more. Fiberglass all along the way, that hole is no more. Just got to do a nice sanding, and if you come around and check this way, it's the same thing. I even put fiberglass on that portion, fiberglass all on this side. The holes won't return, but everything I'm doing here to make this last, it's still going to be, you know, after a couple years, new surface rust is going to start to form. I'm doing my best of my ability to stop that, and I always do. In those steps and procedures, bring it to the bare metal, clean it out, rust inverter, fiberglass, ultra rage, good primers, and of course we're putting rock guard. This car should be protected. So guys, I'm going to get back to you in the stage of sanding this down, but I'm not going to completely bore you guys with sanding anything on this car. I'm not going to completely bore you on that. I'm going to get back to you when I'm putting a few coats of Bondo in certain places after I sand down this fiberglass coat, and after that I'll be working on the bottom ends, up on the bottom ends, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. So guys, I got the sanding of the fiberglass done. all the way around the car. I know I initially said I wasn't going to fiberglass the whole section of the rocker panel, but I decided to fiberglass everything, both sides. So now the fiberglass coat is completely over the rocker panel and roughly sanded. That's where the big hole was in the first of it. Remember, there was a big hole right in this area right here. And I'll take you around and I'll show you the other side. I still have to touch up this one. And again, this one, roughly sanded all the way down. There's more work to be done with it. But now there's no more rust going to come out anywhere. Okay guys, I got it. 3 coated, 2 coated fiberglass. I have it 2 coated touch-ups with the Ultra. I have 3 coats of primer. Now I'm just getting ready to put the first coat of the rocker panel on. Up and under here, it's all done. Everything you see, everything up and under here is all done.
Well, I saw you setting the mood like a light in a smoky room, dancing to the blues like a disco groove, catching every eye. When I saw you looking at me with a smile like you wanted me, saying, boy, come on, will our break be gone? I just had to try. You just move, baby, move any way you need. How do you do it, darling? Got me on my knees, on my feet. You can take me to the left, baby, take me to the right. You can take me for the rest of my life. Just move, baby, the way you move is moving me. What could I do? Follow along with your hips, feet, heartbeat, song, the floor, and dress in your hair. Girl, it ain't fair, whatever you do, just don't stop. You just move, baby, move any way you need. How do you do it, darling? You got me on my knees, on my feet. You can take me to the left, baby, take me to the right. You can take me for the rest of my life. Just move, baby, the way you move is moving me. Just move, baby, move any way you need. How do you do it, darling? You got me on my knees, on my feet. You can take me to the left, baby, take me to the right. You can take me for the rest of my life. Just move, baby, the way you move is moving me. Yeah. The way you move is moving me.
This is the first coat. I'm gonna get the camera up and under. This has all been sanded down and primed and filled. All of that is done. This is the first coat of the rock guard. As you can see, I'll let you surf down this line. So that is the first coat of the rock guard. So guys, I'll get back to you on the second coat on that. In the meantime, I'm gonna be doing some more work on this side, touching up this this is ready for another sanding down at the other end there, down right there. And then this will be ready for the bottom work like I did the other side. So I still got to do the bottom work on this side yet. And it's coming together. It's looking good. I'm liking the, when you're doing rock guard, you got to spray kind of at the same distance, same speed. That's how you get that nice texture on the rock guard. So I think it's going to look pretty good when it's done. So guys, here in the garage, it's not really showing you justice, but just showing you the job. And this is one side done. One side done. As you can see. And I'm gonna try to get you guys up from under, because I didn't film up from under because it was a lot of work. And this is up and under, which was a lot of work. I put fiberglass on the bottoms. There was no hose, which is good, and did all that. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but look at that beautiful texture. Look at that beautiful texture on that. And it ended up, I put 3 coats of the rocker guard. That's on the bottoms of the rocker panel, right in on the bottoms of the rocker panels, all size 3 coats. So what is here? What is actually here is complete sand and bare metal. Then we had 2 coats of fiberglass. Then we had 2 skim coats of the Ultra. We had 2 applications of primer, high build. Then we had 3 applications bottom and top of the rock guard. This is the Ultra right there that I used, and this is the fiberglass that I used, and it's Bondo glass, strand reinforced fiberglass. As for the high build primer, gray high build primer, that's what I used before I put the rock guard. And it's the Rust Check Stone Shield is what he actually used, premium rubberized rocker guard. So guys, I'm going to get busy at the other side, but I think that came out pretty nice. I think it looks pretty good. And I'll get back to you in a little bit. This is the passenger side, which is the last side. I got everything done. Everything now is primed. I'm just waiting for this to dry. Then I'm going to start putting on the rocker guard coat. It's all same thing. Everything's done up and under, all the way through. So just waiting now for this to dry, then we're going to put our first coat of rocker guard. So I'll see you guys on the finish line. I'll put 3 coats on this rocker panel, and the next time you guys see me, car will be outside, everything will be finished, it'll look real nice, and I'll be on to the next one. So stay tuned guys, and I'll be right back at you on that finish line. And here we are guys, it's all finished. It was a lot of work, but look at that. Such a right decision. The people that own the car came by and said, with the black like that, it makes it look more sporty looking. Well, you know, I think so too. I think it also does too. So it's a nice little job. I touched this all up right here. This was rusty. I touched it up. He had some zone paint. So that is all fiberglass, all done, completely finished and extra. I'm just here now in the process of doing a little touch up on the roof. He had a bad spot. I'm just giving it a quick few little touch ups because the rest of the car looks so good and I didn't want the roof to look terrible. At least it'll be white on it, but it's all done. And it looks really good. It looks nice. So guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to check out my merch down below. Please leave me a like over there and a subscribe over there. And Southside Boy Style. We'll see you on the next one.